Okay, well, welcome back to another week of just doing some plant chores. I was just treating my hoya for flat mites, and I think I'm going to just periodically make it a habit to treat them every few months or so. Just do a round of treatment for several weeks as maybe a preventative measure against certain pests, especially because you can't see flat mites with the naked eye and it's not always perfectly obvious that your plants have it. I think I'm gonna do that with my hoya and maybe some other plants. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you. So for a while, I was just using a paintbrush. I would dilute the sulfur fungicide with a little bit of water, take the paintbrush, dip it in that, and then manually just brush each leaf and the stem, the whole plant. And it was nice to get the control, but it got tedious really quickly. So I caved and I bought one of these spray bottles. I believe it's I want to say 28 ounces or something like that. Just kind of eyeball a teaspoon and a half of the sulfur fungicide powder. I put it in here and shake it vigorously, and then you have to make sure that you pump this several times. You have to pump it more if there's less liquid in the bottle, less if there's more liquid in the bottle, if that makes sense. And that just, creates pressure so that when you press this down, it sprays. So that's how that works. It's just a lot easier. And my other spray bottles, the sulfur fungicide does not clog this, at least not as easily. But the other more traditional spray bottles that I use for the rest of my pest treatments and stuff like that, it clogged those and kind of ruined them. So yeah, I don't recommend using sulfur fungicide with a typical spray bottle unless you dilute it a lot. And maybe I was just using it incorrectly. I don't know. So I'm just gonna let these guys hang out here and kind of dry for a little bit. I don't really know yet what the rest of the week holds. Oh my gosh, the lighting's so awful. I have a lot of stuff that I could get done. It's just a matter of figuring out what I have time to do with. Oh, I hear a child. Oh, are you done? With my kids, with my toddler running around and my infant needing to eat 24/7. So join me if you want to hang out this week. It's actually sunny today, which is delightful, but my daughter's napping, which means I had a few minutes, and there are a few plants that I would like to pot up. They're mostly propagations or plants that have been living in sphagnum moss for a while, and they just need a switch up. I won't be able to pot up as many as I would like to, honestly, because I went down to my basement and I thought that I had more terracotta pots than I actually do have. I need to get more smaller ones. In the time being, we're gonna make do with what I have because these plants really need some help. And then later, once my daughter wakes up, we'll go outside because even though it's cold, it's actually sunny. Okay, again, like I said, I will not be able to pot up everything that I want to pot up, but we're going to make do. First, I think I want to pot up my Philodendron Splendid. I've been procrastinating this because I was not sure how I wanted to approach this. If I wanted to chop up first and kind of start from the beginning because it is a little bit gangly and funny. I think I decided that I'm gonna get it out of this moss first because it is quite root bound and ramen noodle-esque. And then from there, I'll get into soil, grow it. I'll probably add some support just from a little stake for now. I might be content with that. And then once I grow it out a little bit more, maybe then I'll consider chopping it and kind of starting from the ground up once I have some more to work with and I feel like it's more acclimated to my environment and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's the best idea, but I think that's what I'm gonna do because I don't want to be taking risks with this plant. So yeah. Oh gosh, here is the mission of just getting rid of all of this moss. I feel like I'm not really good at this step because I don't like being too aggressive with the plant, so that ends up taking forever. And yeah, this is pretty root bound, so not ideal, but we're just gonna work at it and do our best here. I'm so excited to grow this plant, you guys. I've been just fawning over it at a distance for such a long time, and now I finally have one. Oh, it'll be so good. And as you can see, it's already like starting to put out growth. This is a fast grower, I can already tell. Cut this part off because it's clearly kind of dying, and there's like maybe 2 roots coming off of this node, but the majority of the growth is coming from this node right here. So I'm going to cut this off because I just don't want that to start rotting someday and then be not good news. So hopefully that won't cause too many problems. Okay. Does anyone actually enjoy removing sphagnum moss from roots? Because it makes me anxious. But I feel like there are some people out there that might actually enjoy it, like if they're methodical people or something. All right, I think I wanna put it in this pot right here that's clear. I would normally pick terracotta for a philodendron, or for most of my philodendron, just because it dries out faster, but I don't have any terracotta that's the right size because I want to save my terracotta for my hoya. So we're just gonna have to make do. All right, I'm kind of undecided right here. So this is my Hoya Morellii, and it also definitely needs to get out of this moss because it's got lots of roots going on, and the moss is kind of drying out, and I'm honestly kind of worried about these roots because I did not water this well enough, I don't think. It really got pretty dry. So some of these roots are definitely rotting. Oh no, okay. And I really like to put my Hoya in terracotta. Like, this is the smallest terracotta pot that I have that could maybe be available. This is just like the stump of my silver sword, which I should probably put into a smaller pot anyways. We're gonna do a little transfer here. So let's just dump all this out. And I'm probably gonna have to also wash this pot out. Oh, and this guy actually had a death plug all along. I don't know if this is gonna survive because it's very, like, it's rotted from dry rot. Like, I've pretty much neglected this stump, but no wonder. It's an interesting development, but a lot of these roots are no good. If it survives, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Just gonna cut it back to where the roots are kind of healthier. I guess I could put it in moss and just kind of reuse this container. Honestly, okay, I probably shouldn't do this, but this is what I have on hand right now. And we're doing surgery right now. So I'm gonna reuse this moss for this because, again, I'm not super horribly attached to it. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But that was a very quick, impromptu surgery. This pot's clean now. More moss removal time. Oh, I feel so bad. Yeah, some of these roots are goners for sure. I may pot this up in the soil, but then like put it back in the prop box to recover and kind of regrow those roots. Sorry, guy. And this plant also traveled to me, so the shipping stress probably didn't help either. Oh gosh, these roots are awful. You see that? I'm sorry. That's so sad. Okay, but there's still some viable roots left, it looks like. So yeah, I'm definitely having second thoughts on putting this in terracotta. I mean, I'm glad that I uncovered all this. I think I'll put it into soil, but I might put it into like this little container right here with soil, I think is what I'm gonna do. Just give it a chance to regrow. I'm gonna hope and pray for the best, because yikes. That was not what you want to see. Like, I did not realize I was not doing that well. Oh. Like, when I went up to go get it, like, I knew that I needed to, like, pot it up, but I was expecting a nice robust root system. But alas, no, it dried out. I'm gonna pretty much fill this all the way up just to give it as much of a chance to like re-root as possible, you know? And I will water this thoroughly and put it back in the prop box for sure. Well, I guess I have this terracotta pot open now. I suppose I could just stick this silver sword in here, these propagations, because they've been doing fairly well. Fonts, do not touch. My cat is very curious about what we're doing right now. I feel like it's so hard to make propagations look good when you first pot them up. Like, they get so awkward. Okay, well, that doesn't look great, but I'm thinking I'll like add like a stake or something to the middle to start supporting them as they grow. And then I think there's so many propagations in here that it'll outgrow it pretty fast, and then I'll repot it and resituate it in the future. But it's a little awkward for now, but it's okay. And then this last one I think is going to be a lot less complicated. It's my Syngonium confetti tricolor. Go like this. All right, that was nice and simple. And into the cash pot we go. Well, I'm gonna have to clean up all of this mess another time because this took longer than I expected it to. I'm just gonna water these plants, put them where they need to go. I'll see you later this week. If there are any other plant tours I have to get done. I don't think I'll have time to film tomorrow, but potentially on Saturday or Sunday, maybe I'll be able to get some things done. So I'll see you then. It's snowing today, which it's kind of funny. I feel like the last time I was filming it was like super sunny out, but now it is snowing and very overcast, but it's cozy in its own kind of way, you know. I'm gonna get a little bit done today. Probably not a whole lot because I think I mainly want to try to relax if I can. I think I'm just gonna water some plants and then call it a day. I know there are some thirsty guys around, so yeah, let's get that done. Don't mind the like life that's happening over here. Typically when I fertilize, I just use an organic fertilizer. It's very much like worm castings in the consistency. It's kind of powdery. I just add it to the soil of my plants periodically and water it in. But sometimes I do like to switch it out, and today I think I want to give my plants a little bit of a boost with this Bonide liquid plant food. So I'm just gonna squirt a little bit into a mason jar, mix it with the water, and water my plants with that, just because I feel like they need it. They need a little bit of extra love today, so we're gonna pamper them. Frankly don't water this plant enough. This is my like Tradescantia baby bunny bellies. I think it's the, oh, I don't know, Chrysophylla or something like that. But I mean, it's grown really long, but I just don't remember to water it enough, so it gets really crispy up top. So a little bit of a shame. I kind of neglect this guy, but I'm trying to be better about it, especially in the new year, to remember plants like this that are kind of like out of sight, out of mind a lot of the time. He kind of blends in the background, even though, I mean, the leaves are really soft and very sweet. Hopefully he will like this little drink I'm giving him. I mean, he's still growing in spite of my neglect. You guys, my Anthurium clarinervium is honestly one of my slowest growers right now. But do you see this? Right there? There's a new little growth spike. That's really happy. That's my first time noticing that. Well, I think that's pretty much that. Oh my gosh, guys. I have to show you the snow that's coming down. Ready? Look at it. I don't know how well you can see that because it's like so bright, but it's like really coming down. It's beautiful. Anyways. I think that that is that. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with me for a little bit, and I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.